Hey everyone, and welcome back to Old Charles. Today, we're diving into one of the most asked about, most misunderstood, and potentially most valuable coins in modern Australian history. I'm talking about the 1981 50-cent piece. Now, you've probably got a jar of these somewhere. It's a coin we've all used. But what if I told you that a specific version of the 1981 50-cent coin isn't just worth 50 cents, it's been known to sell for over $3,000? That's right. $3,000. But before you run off to tear apart your spare change jar, there's a huge catch, a massive numismatic myth, and a story of minting madness you need to understand. So, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be an expert on the 1981 Australian 50-cent coin. First, let's set the scene. The Australian 50-cent coin we know and love was introduced in 1969, featuring the brilliant Arnold Machin design of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, and the magnificent Australian coat of arms, held by a kangaroo and an emu, on the reverse. It's a dodecagonal coin, that's 12-sided for us non-math people, and it's made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. For most years, it's a high-mintage workhorse. And that brings us to 1981. The Royal Australian Mint in Canberra produced a whopping 26.4 million 50-cent coins in 1981. That is a huge number. If you find a 1981 coin in your change, 99.999% of the time, this is the one you have. And in circulated condition, it's worth 50 cents. Even in brilliant uncirculated condition, a standard 1981 coin might only set you back $2 or $3. So, where does this $1,000 legend come from? This is where the story gets interesting. If you've searched for this online, you've probably heard the term round 1981 50-cent coin. The story goes that the mint accidentally struck a small number of 50-cent coins on the wrong planchets, the blank metal discs, specifically, the round planchets used for the $1 coin. A round 50-cent coin would be an incredible error, and yes, it would be extremely valuable. But here's the cold, hard truth that might save you from buying a fake online: there is no such thing as an officially minted, round 1981 50-cent coin. The Royal Australian Mint has confirmed it. Any round 1981 50C coin you see is almost certainly a forgery, often made by machining down a standard coin to make it round. It's a clever fake, but a fake nonetheless. So, please, do not waste your money on one of these. So, if the round coin is a myth, what is the real treasure? The true rarity for 1981 isn't a shape error, but a composition error. Remember I said the 50C is 75% copper, 25% nickel, which gives it that silvery look. Well, in 1981, a very small number of 50-cent coins were accidentally struck on planchets intended for other coins. The most famous and valuable of these is the 1981 50-cent struck on a large, silver 40% silver planchet. This planchet was from the pre-1966, round 50-cent coins, which were 80% silver. But the RAM still had some of these older, large, silver planchets lying around, and a tiny number, we're talking a handful, got mixed in and were struck with the 1981 dies. How can you tell? First, it's round, not 12-sided. Second, it's larger in diameter than a normal 50C. And third, it's made of silver, so it has a distinct color and ring to it. These are the coins that can sell $4,200 to $3,500 plus at auction, depending on condition. There are other, slightly more common planchet errors, like being struck on a thicker, copper-nickel planchet intended for the old round 50C, or even on a $1 planchet. But the silver one is the holy grail. But wait, there's more. There is another 1981 50-cent that is even rarer and often more valuable than the silver error. I'm talking about the legendary 1981 proof 50-cent with no mint mark. Now, proof coins are special. Mint mark proof. It teaches us a crucial lesson in coin collecting: the devil is in the details. It's not just the date, but the mint mark, the planchet, and the strike that create true value and history. the Australian 50-cent coin is a coin of two distinct eras, marked by a dramatic change in size, composition, and purpose. Its history is a fascinating journey through economic shifts, technological advancements, and the evolving identity of a nation. The story begins with Australia's switch to decimal currency on February 14, 1966. The new dollar system needed a 50-cent denomination, and for this important coin, the authorities decided on an impressive and valuable piece. The original 50-cent coin was round and large, with a diameter of 31.5 millimeters. It was struck in 80% silver, making it a substantial and precious piece of currency. The reverse, tail side, featured the stunning and iconic Stuart Devlin design of the Australian coat of arms. This depicts a shield held by a kangaroo and an emu, both standing on native wattle. The obverse, head side, featured Arnold Mackin's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. The 1966 mintage ***. Over 36 million of these silver coins were minted in 1966, making them common in the context of the series but highly sought after today for their silver content. 50-cent coins were minted for general circulation in 1967 or 1968. The reason was simple and decisive: the price of silver skyrocketed. By 1969, the intrinsic value of the silver in the coin exceeded its 50-cent face value. This made it economically unviable and risky, as people could potentially melt them down for profit. The decision was made to demonetize the silver coin and introduce a new, more economical version. The 1966 round silver 50-cent coin was officially demonetized on February 1, 1969, meaning it could no longer be used as legal tender. However, it remains a popular and uncirculated, than those for general circulation. A pivotal change, 2006 ***. In 2006, the 50-cent piece began to be minted only for these collector sets and no longer for general circulation. This means that any 50-cent coin dated after 2006 that you find in your change is, by definition, a coin that was released from a collector set. This makes them much scarcer in everyday transactions. 2016, the changeover, 50th anniversary of decimal currency ***, a special commemorative design was released, marking 50 years since decimalization and featuring the same mob of roost design as the 1966 $1 coin. 2021 to 2023, the Royal Australian Mint's 55th and 56th anniversary ***, special colored and uncirculated versions were released, continuing the tradition of using the 50-cent piece for significant national numismatic events. The history of the Australian 50-cent coin is one of dramatic transformation. From precious to practical ***, it began as a large, high-value silver coin intended for everyday use but was forced to change due to economic realities. 2. From common to collectible ***, after 2006, its primary role shifted from a workhorse of circulation to a prized item for collectors, with most new issues now being purchased directly from the mint in sets. 3. A canvas for commemoration ***, it has become the premier coin for celebrating Australia's history, people, and achievements, with a series of special designs that are keenly collected.